Hey there, welcome to another video. In this video, we'll talk about database and how you are going to use different types of database with your Shopify app. Sometimes you do need a database and I'll show you when you don't need it. I have a production app more than like 500 customer, but it does not have any database and it's working as expected. I'll show you how it works and where do I store the data as well. Now, database is an important part of every app, but for Shopify app, it is different. Let's start. The app that we create by default is going to use the SQLite for storing the authentication details. If I open the Prisma directly in here, I have a migration file. Here is the table. So you can see these are the type of data that user is storing. As soon as user install your app, it is going to store this information in a file-based system or the SQLite. So SQLite is basically a file-based system. If you open this, I can open this anyway with SQL probably viewer, and this is probably an extension that I have installed in my code editor. That's why I can see it here. These are the store details. This is what I have installed on one of the store. This is the migration table. This is the session table. The session table is basically storing the store that install my app, and also this is the store name. It has a token which is using this token to access the data for that store. So I'm not going to show that, but this is also the expire. Every time user refresh the page, this table will update. Okay, every time someone install the app or refresh. Okay, the reason I say this is you can delete this database from your you can delete this record, but your app is still work as expected because Shopify will regenerate if it does not exist. If you open the package.json, what Shopify is using, it is using this Shopify app session storage Prisma. So in the Prisma directory, it is using Prisma to write this data in this file dev.sqlite. That is one thing. Now, when I said I have an app, a production app that does not require anything, where do I store my data? For that app, I store everything in the Shopify meta object and meta field. Meta objects and meta fields are useful when you store them directly in Shopify because these are easy to access. Now, the only time you don't want to store data in meta object is if you are storing analytics data and if you are storing the data that you want to have more control on, because meta objects are stored in the store's website and they can modify it. But if you want something to be that you can modify, you can store it in your database, especially if you want to track how many times user have viewed the product page or how many times user added product to the cart using your recommendation, something like that. For analytics, it is good that you have your own database. For that, SQLite works, but it is not the best option because as your data grow, it is not useful. So for that, I highly recommend to use Postgres or any other database system. I'll show you a few other examples as well. So you know how it works. You have a schema, and this is where you have your table information, and this is what we have for the table structure. As soon as it migrates, it just create the table for you, and this is the database that I have. Now, if you open the other file in the app, you should see the database.server in the database.server.json here. This is where it is using the Prisma client to communicate with the Prisma and then create the table. You don't have to do a lot of things in here, but this is what you need to know. Your app is working without any database. I have seen a lot of people use like create Shopify app to create only extensions. For those purposes, you do need a database. This is the best way to do. And then you will host them in fly.io. The hosting, we will talk more about this in the future video, but one thing that you have to note is this. I can come to, let's open my browser. You can come to the documentation under the launch. Shopify has a few different options under deployment. So if you come here, let's click on this deployment, and Shopify has these options. There is a Google Cloud Run. The way you deploy this in Google Cloud, but this is a bit complicated. You can go to the documentation, you click on this. Different step. The best option is fly.io. Easy. You have also render, which is the easiest way. Also, most of my apps are on render. There are some other options like Railway and also Cloudflare. Now, the reason I mention Cloudflare is because a lot of people ask, can I host my app on Cloudflare? Cloudflare Worker works for Remix app, but the only problem you might have is your database. For your database, it is not going to work the same way, because in Prisma this is a file system and Cloudflare workers are not a file system. Okay, so you cannot rely on this dev.sqlite if you deploy it on a Cloudflare worker. If you are deploying it on Cloudflare worker, then you have to use another database. Now fortunately there is a database called D1 from Cloudflare that you can configure, and you can use this. It has like a very good documentation, and also the free tier is very good. Like you can have up to 1 million, I think, um, read per day, which is more than enough for a simple Shopify app. And that is just for reading the database. The write is a little limited, but for $5 you can increase that to 1 billion. This, which is a lot. You can check the pricing there, but it has a lot of like limits for the free plan, which is possible, but you have to change this. Now throughout this video I will try to use this one, but for now I don't need a database, but that is an option. And to summarize this, first of all, you don't need a database. To if you want to store data that is like analytics, stuff like that, you need database, which you gotta go with the Postgres, but SQLite by default works as expected. I recommend you to store your configuration directly in the meta object and meta field, because it is easy to read, but it also has some limit. So Shopify meta objects has each meta object definition has a limit of 1 million entry. So 1 million entry is probably a lot, but sometimes if you are storing like backup data of every single events, 1 million is not a lot for each store. So you can easily hit that. But for those cases, you can go with your own custom database, but if you are hitting over the limit. But if this is simple configuration that one time you store them, like product recommendation configuration, you store them in the meta objects, that is the best way. We will explore that in the next video, but for now that's all you need to do. But if you are going with the Cloudflare, make sure you configure a separate database, or you have another service that is using database, but D1 is the best option to go. But I'll show you how D1 configuration works when we hit to that point. But for now we don't need a database, but if you do need, that is all you need to know. I hope this video has been informative. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.